Astra Auctions in Irving. And we're here at the warehouse. We've got a 10 and 10 arcade auction happening tonight. We'll start closing at 7 p.m. And we thought we would do a little Facebook live feed inspection kind of time. And just kind of walk through the items and stuff like that. So I think we're just going to start right here. We got someone rocking this cruising world. So way better driver than I am.
Right.
So yeah, take a look at that, kind of talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is a standard cabinet cruising world. This was a dedicated game. Went ahead and set the monitor out and had it repaired. So it has all the colors, and it's nice and bright.
Right.
It's been on location, obviously. It's got some little bumps and bruises and things, but nothing that is, broken. And it's got a lock bar on it. So if you've got a location,
Ready, set, go!
laundromats, places that are literally take care of the
Sure.
but outside of a header light and a little bit of a little detail job, it's in pretty good shape and it plays pretty well. The steering is nice and responsive.
Yeah.
As being demonstrated by our test pilot.
Our test driver, yeah.
Like I said, it's a cool game, and they're still making sequels to this day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same guy that wrote Cruising Exotica and the Fast and Furious series and Cruising Fast and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
there's a reason that they keep making
That they keep making them. Awesome. Well, let's move on to the next one we got here.
You want to do this, Megatouch?
Yeah, let's do this Megatouch. So we're going to go a little bit out of order, but you can see the order of the 10 at 10. Also, be sure that you get registered online at astraauctions.com. And the lots, like I said, will start closing at 7 p.m. And it's our 10 at 10, so we just have 10 items, but we do this pretty much every month on the 10th. So
Unless we've got another auction coming up in a
auction,
couple
which
days.
we do in April. So,
Right.
So this is Megatouch Force 2005.
Yep.
Stand up.
So this was when they stopped having like gemstones, and they started actually putting the year on the updates.
Okay.
To try and force us to buy more updates.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
this was a dedicated stand-up machine. A lot of them were the bar tops.
Sure.
Were the most common and popular ones.
Uh-huh.
But these were great. Again, they had a lot of these in like truck stops and waiting areas where you had some time to kill and you could just poke around on them.
Right.
Really, really a lot of fun. It does not have the bill acceptor in it, but that wouldn't be a huge problem to replace if that's
Okay.
something that you wanted.
Sure.
But I still think this is such a fun game. There's so
Yeah.
much to these things, and I mean,
Right.
we played it for Bar Wars. We did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but
with
I
it.
like this. Yeah, this is the one boxy. I always remember which one's which. The 11 ball.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's got a lot of the good games on it.
Very cool. Awesome. Let's go to the next. Again, if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments on the website or on Facebook, and we'll try to get them answered for you. But all the lots will be closing starting at 7 p.m. And everything's sold as is, and they are all located here in Topeka. Shipping is responsibility of the winning bidder. However, we can help you if you need some assistance, so just let us know.
Yep.
Silver Strike.
So
Bowling.
this is a Silver Strikes 09. This actually came as a dedicated game, and you can tell the difference with the blue sides as compared to a lot of them were the white cabinet that got converted over that were Golden T4s beforehand, and then they were made into
Right.
Silver Strikes. So this is I think the second version. I think they added the red pin bowling. Other than that, it's done a really pretty decent job of putting a flat screen in that converts it but doesn't too small.
Right. It's nice. I mean,
Have a good conversion.
yeah.
Sometimes you convert it to a computer monitor and quarters. It's missing play.
Gotcha. And it looks.
The reader was something that they used the players to identify
Oh,
themselves.
that's right. Sorry, this I was never played. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and it was more a thing for the Golden Tees, but they made it for Silver Strikes as well. You could get a
Sure.
Silver Strikes card. I think they were $3 or $4, and then they mail it to you with your information.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, are we going right here?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, let's do that. This is cool.
So this is a cool little game. We had one just like this in the last auction. You know, it's a fun little game. It's kind of misleading because you look at it and you think there isn't much to it, but it's kind of fun.
Well, we have our tester. I won't put you on camera, but just the play, you can test to tell me if it's fun.
I'm not sure how to play this.
Yeah, I don't know how to play it either. We'll have to learn, huh?
I don't know if I can be a tester.
You don't know if
you.
Well, I think that's how everybody. No, you're fine. How everybody is. It is pretty cool, though.
You think a guy would know how to do this after a certain number of years?
You're okay. I'm taking this around and we're looking. Go in here and take a look at the seat stuff here too.
Yeah, the seats are really cool.
It is cool.
It's a really cool thing because it lights up and then it's got a nice big speaker in it.
Yeah,
So
right.
when you're playing the game, it actually rumbles and it kind of rumbles your butt. This actually is set up for
It's for the card,
for
right.
a card system,
Yeah,
so I
that's
don't
okay.
have the normal coin switches.
No, you're fine. Well, and I'll have to check. I'll check our questions here so we can always come back if somebody needs us to.
Yeah.
It looks cool though.
Like I said, a fun game, and when this
Now
one,
this one is really heavy.
it is awkward and heavy. Yes.
So just an FYI.
for
again.
for a flat screen game, it is deceptively heavy.
Right.
But it's deep and it's just a little bit bigger. It's kind of a chunk of money.
But just a heads up,
Be forewarned.
Yeah,
Put it in the basement.
Exactly. So, okay. Let's go check out the next one. Again, Carice here, Ernie with Astra Auctions. Just kind of going through our things for our 10 at 10 arcade auction. Items will be closing at 7 p.m. And any questions you have, I'll check here in just a moment. Sorry if I haven't gotten to them yet, but wanted to walk through stuff. So,
Yep.
Jurassic Park 3.
So this is a really cool.
Are you going to show it? Yay! Thanks. I haven't played this before.
Yeah, this is a cool game.
Okay.
They came out with several different Jurassic Parks, so obviously this is the third one. The thing I really like about this game, besides just the cabinet, it's pretty nice and clean.
Yeah.
But it actually has the half 45s
Oh, okay.
instead of the proprietary guns, because the Sega versions had a more expensive gun to replace.
And, I was going to say, and really what you're saying, and those that are watching probably know this, but if something happens with a gun, we're talking $150,
$100 or
right,
less
to replace compared
for
to this.
$350
Exactly,
gun.
right.
And that's what makes it kind of suck.
Right.
This was on a card system.
Yeah.
But we have all the things to put it back into coin
Okay.
working order if that's what you want to do.
Cool.
Like I said, I think it's a fun game, and I think the cool thing about Jurassic Park is they just keep making them. They don't have to pay the actors.
Right.
They just keep making them.
Right.
So this franchise, I think, is going to be around.
That's fun. That's good. Yeah. T-Rex didn't have something on it.
Yeah, he doesn't
already.
have much of an age.
Yeah. Thank you for showing. Very
Right.
nice. Yes.
It's a beautiful child.
It's a beautiful. I like it. Now there is, and we saw the pictures just to mention this, like to hold this little.
The right gun
Blue Bob.
had some intermittent problems,
Okay.
and somebody tried to do some interesting repair work.
Sure.
But I figured if it's
holding it, it's.
if there's an operator that buys it, then they probably have a gun on themselves. If it's a homeowner that buys it, then they can call me and I can put a gun on for them. and
Perfect.
We'll just do that at no charge.
Okay.
That way.
Doing road burners.
Yeah.
What do you think about motorcycle riding?
I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah, I don't either.
So
Road burners.
this is a little bit older game.
Okay.
It's probably in the same era as like the Cruiser.
Right.
The only problem for us being able to test it right this second is I didn't bolt it together.
Oh yeah, then
It's
don't
hooked
do
up.
that.
It's hooked up, so the controls work and everything.
I don't do that.
Yeah. I don't do that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Because this
If I can do
slides
this
off.
This slides off, and for transport and being able to
Uh-huh.
get through doors and some of that stuff, that makes it.
I think motorcycle games are pretty cool.
And it is really cool. And we just got this one fixed. This is the one that we have here in Chicago.
So from
Just did a great job
Right.
on this one.
it's arcade monitor repair.com
Right.
literally.
Yeah.
And
So-
loving it. cool.
like I said, it's a cool piece. All the plastics I think are in pretty good shape. Sometimes you'll get them where they have a cigarette on them, or something gets discolored or something gets cracked, and so this one is in pretty good shape. But this could go in somebody's basement. The cool thing about it is it's almost like, it's not a kiddie ride, but it's almost like a kiddie ride because you don't have to know much about riding a motorcycle to understand.
This would be a good solution for somebody in our house who wants a motorcycle.
Right,
We just get this one instead, a little bit cheaper.
Right.
I know what we should get. Daddy. We should get Daddy
Less traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
get Dad the boat one because he wants to buy a boat.
Yeah. Let's do Big Buck Hunter Pro.
Yeah. So this is a Big Buck Hunter Pro. This was the first Raw Thrills Big Buck Hunter.
Okay.
They made them by IT before,
Uh-huh.
and they decided they weren't going to renew that license, and so they did their thing and they put two guns on and made it, bigger and flashier, and put a new bigger monitor in there, and it like I said, it looks right. There's a lot of these out there, but again, there's a reason there was a lot of them out there, because they earned money.
Sure. And both guns work on this?
Both guns work.
Yeah.
Both guns work. Both guns say that
Yep.
the computer power supply is not the right one, but it does work.
Okay. And so, what's that mean?
So there's actually a computer in there on the back on the shelf.
Okay.
And usually they're Dell computers.
Okay.
One of the things about the Dell computers is they have, depending on what model it is, they have specific power supplies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody used a power supply that wouldn't fit inside the computer tower,
Uh-huh.
but it had all the hookups to give them all the voltages.
Okay, I see. I gotcha.
So it looks a little unsightly.
Okay.
And if you're somebody that is that's bothered,
A purist, or if you will. Like,
well, not necessarily even a purist, because I don't think anybody cares about that. But if you're somebody that feels like, well, this isn't the right thing, it's got to be the right thing, then let us know. Maybe we'll find you the right power supply.
Okay.
And we could probably help you get that going again.
Yeah. But no, it's good shape, looks good, and guns work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just want to say, very nice gradient, like down here.
Oh, yeah?
Grass and the trees and everything.
Do you like that artwork?
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay, thank you.
Give it a double thumbs up.
Just two thumbs.
Just two. Wow. Let's see, what do we got now? So we're back this way.
Going back towards.
Again, Carice and Ernie here, just in the warehouse. Thought we'd take this moment to show you the 10 items that we have for the 10 at 10 arcade auction that's online. Get registered at astraauctions.com. The lots will start closing at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. They're set 3 minutes apart. There's a 15% buyer's premium. Everything is sold as is. And shipping and pickup is the responsibility of the buyer. We can work with you or connect you if you need help with that. And we do them every month except for when we have kind of our simulcast or bear auction, which we have one coming up in April. So we just thought we'd take a moment and go through things. If you've got any questions, put it down in the comments. And if I haven't gotten to them or answered them yet, I will we'll try to get them and answer them. So, oh, internet bars are choppy. Okay. Do you have the...
Wi-Fi. I
Um,
can go to the office.
Yeah, okay, so Sam was saying that it's getting really kind of choppy, so we're going to grab the, yeah, if that's okay. So we're going to grab the hotspot and we'll put it on there, so let's just stand by. Uno momento, please.
Empty.
Empty, they are, yes, they are,
Empty.
yes. We're going to just do this, and like I said, we're just going to check these, this internet. So you have all these on that, right? Give us 1 second, we'll be right back. and then I'll just jump back on. Okay, so let me get this switched here, and then we can talk about, see if this helps a little bit. It's the bling. It's a jewelry.
Yeah, it's a jewelry
Right,
frame.
right.
Yeah, so it's got the little, I call them glass, but they're actually plastic rocks.
Like rocks, right?
Like you would put in the bottom of an aquarium or something.
Is that a Rolex?
Yeah, I'm sure it
just
is.
kidding.
I'm sure it is. But somebody's built it up. If you wanted to make it back into a plush crane, you could drop it back down, but they built that.
Okay,
They built that up so that it is a little easier to hit.
gotcha.
Some of that
Stick
stuff.
in your pocket.
It's too
So-
flashy. I can't take it.
It is too flashy, no kidding.
Okay, I'll let you take that, and we'll check those.
Okay, so this is a smart price time. It's working all the way. It's got a bill acceptor on it. Both coin chutes work. It's got a little bit of a lock bar on it. The only problem that I see with it, they did a really good job of kind of redressing it and putting in new LED strips, is we're missing this one side plastic. So if you have one sitting in the warehouse and you want to make one out of two, or if you've got another piece that would work and want to take that one off, you buy it, it's yours. So you can do whichever you want to that. Like I said, it's a cool little piece. You know, people still play cranes. There's a reason there's a ton of them out there, and this is no exception. I think it's just a different, you know, we've done a lot of nubby balls and some plush. We haven't done as much jewelry, but I think there's something to be said for the jewelry as well. So this is kind of the same deal. It's a little bit older unit, but these things are rock solid. It's a small claw. The plastic seems to be in pretty good shape. All the mirrors look good. You know, a little spit shine and this thing would work. Right now it's set $1 per play, so the pulses are just $1 on the board. We'd have to find it. I wasn't able to find a manual online. I didn't look too extensively. I think they're still out there somewhere. It just would be a little bit of work to come up with those. And you know, like I said, it's still a good looking piece, and for somebody that wants one in their house or wants one, you know, for the grandkids to throw their toys in, this would be a good deal, because right now it's not much money on the auction. And actually, believe it or not, I think that bill acceptor is probably worth about 1.5 or twice what the thing's going for on the auction right now. So just keep that in mind as well. If you're somebody that's an operator, might be worth the bill acceptor. I'm not sure what exactly happened to Carice, but I think that is the 9th thing that we talked about, and the last one was the one thing that I did not remember to plug in. So you guys will give me just a second, and I'll see if I can pause this while I run power to the Operation Wolf. Maybe I won't pause it. Maybe I'll just let it go.
Operation Wolf.
This is a really fun shooter. The cool thing about this one is it is actually mounted gun, so you're using potentiometers in the gun housing instead of trying to adjust your monitor and make it sink in that way. So that part's really cool. You know, you don't see a ton of these working anymore because they were They're a little heavy because they've got the big tube monitor down in the bottom that comes up, and then that's the mirror that reflects it to you. But again, this was one of those late 80s gun game things that was actually pretty innovative at the time. So, it's got good looking artwork on the side, and I really should have pulled it out a little bit further than I did, but yeah, everything looks good. It doesn't. A lot of times I'll run into these. It seems like I've ran into 3 or 4 that had water damage. So I don't know if the people that stored them just, once they were a problem, they let them get wet, but the boards are down low, and so the water damage is really hard on these more than anything else. So if you found one that's been, kept in the warehouse, that's a good sign. Like I said, anyway, that's kind of that, and I don't know what happened to Carice, so I'm going to stand here and walk back that direction. But I think we probably haven't plugged it yet, but April 16th will be our next live in-person as well as online auction. So a lot of this stuff that you guys are seeing in the background, we're trying to get put together for that sale, and as soon as we get through this one, then we'll start making lots for that one. And I think that's tends to be kind of how it goes here. Stuff comes, stuff goes.
Oh, we're
And
just checking if there's any questions. Sorry.
no worries.
Were you just rambling?
I was rambling at that point. 'Cause nothing else to say.
Kevin, did we get everything?
I think we got everything. That was the 10th piece. I just plugged in the operation wall.
Okay, perfect.
And so, yeah.
Okay. We were just checking to see if any questions. I'm going to check on YouTube. So if we didn't get to a question, we will. And we'll see you virtually at 7 p.m. for the close of the auction.
There you go.
Sound good?
Yep.
And then we're back here. I get registered at astraauctions.com, and I do register those by hand. So I already saw a few people who have registered, so I'll get those approved here in just a moment. And we'll see you virtually at 7. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.